Timestamp. It's May 20th, 2026. It's around 3 a.m. Got up a little while ago. Been dealing with panic attack, anxiety kind of things going on here. Do not like this. It's really annoying. Just tingly, shallow breathing, Not really shallow breathing exactly, like a chest tightness. It makes me feel like I need to breathe shallow. But I'm not out of breath. Weird. Very, very weird. I do not like it. Exactly. Road kibble. Get some coffee. I'm not even sure what Alex made, but I'm sure it will be good. What are we feeling? These cabinets are all kinds of wonky. My dad repaired them at some point. My hands are full, or I do air quotes. Once upon a time, but past few years, nope. Not cool. Brilliant engineer. If you guys could see some of the stuff that he's built over the years. Volkswagen he restored. I mean, we're talking rust buckets that might have been hit by a truck, and he'd have them like show quality. Might take him 6 months, but he did it all by himself, and everything was perfect. Sought after. Has a reputation. Like, you mention his name and people go, "Oh wow, I know him. That's your dad? Do you do this? Do you do bugs?" No. Oh. Sorry. I have disappointed you. I'm very sorry. My most gracious apology. I'm on the other side of it. Oh man. Caught up on my daily video game stuff. Slept pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing the Doctor Who Blu-rays since the Roku TV went backlight projector, which I guess is a pretty common thing with TCL Roku TVs. Apparently it costs more to fix it than it is to buy a new one, and there's still one more screen in there that I'm not even sure if it works or not. This is a Sylvania, and it seems to still have some life in it. It doesn't do the Roku and all that, but I can hook it up to my DVD Blu-ray player that I have in there. The Blu-ray collections of Doctor Who that I have, each disc only has one episode, which is kind of a downer. But when it's done with the episode, 2-hour Doctor Who movie, pretty much, that's what the episodes pretty much were, for like 30-ish minute parts, done as a serial. Not Captain Crunch, the other kind. So it makes it into like a 2-hour episode, 2-hour movie. what I have found is a lot of them have they go back to the menu screen once it's done playing, and the menu screen is kind of a white noise of the console room from the TARDIS, which that is an acceptable white noise hum in the background. Something I used to sleep 2 years ago. Somebody had put a couple of them up on YouTube, and it was a Enterprise Bridge ambient sound white noise, and that I found very relaxing as well. This guy, sorry, it's who I am. Yeah, I got a little excited. I opened up, computer, my computer here on the bar, and I saw that I had a sale on eBay, and I just reduced a bunch of high ticket stuff, like before I went to bed. High ticket stuff like $500,000 items, whatnot. Stuff from our collection, collectibles and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, somebody bit. Somebody, saw that $600 comic book for $500 and said, I'm going to grab it now. No. I sold a $4 Among Us figure, which, hey, making sales. But I was like, damn. And I still could. I looked around and I've got a couple of watchers that jumped onto quite a few of those things that I reduced, so people noticed that I reduced it and went, maybe I will. Which, please do. That's fine. It's great even. That'd be swell. Before I went to bed, I was going through some more totes around here. Great example of trash treasure. My mom was, in addition to glassware, picking up purses and handbags, which some of them are incredibly valuable if you store them well. If you store them where they get musty and kind of that mildewy smell, then people have to restore them, and it becomes a major headache. And sometimes you just can't sell them. But this is a good example of treasure that was stored poorly and is now not nearly as treasure. But we're talking some like Coach bags and stuff. You can smell the mustiness because they were in a tote on the lanai. Coach. Some of them are like $50, $100, $200. Where do you put your hand, son? Delightful. The texture, the fragrance, sort of fruity, but also, no. Don't stir those up. They fight back. But there were like 2 totes of them. Some of them, there were some cheaper ones, vinyl, whatnot, that were like all kinds of cracked and like peeling and flaking and stuff. No, absolutely nope. But yeah, those, if they had been stored in better conditions, I'm selling those on eBay for 50 or $100 at some point. As it is, I don't want the negative feedback. Even if I say, these smell musty, these are going to need some work. Even if I say that, I'm still probably going to get flamed in the feedback. Tank my reputation. I don't want to do that. Because I have a very good reputation. So I'm probably going to garage sale them for like $10. You know, people can smell them at that point and go, do I want to do this? Is it worth the time to, you know, refurbish, rehabilitate? And probably. Because again, I looked a couple of them up. Some of them are vintage $200 Coach purses from, 20 years ago that are hard to get. But condition matters. You know what I mean? A Lamborghini's worth a lot of money. A Lamborghini that's been hit by a truck really hard, not the same as, showroom prices. Can it be restored? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most things can be fixed, right? Most. They smell lovely. Clean the palate. That's the Starbucks Light. It's good. The Veranda blend or something like that. That's nice. So, I'm going to be going through more totes of glassware. I've already thrown a bunch of purses and bags away that are just too far gone. Huge stains, really overwhelming mildew kind of smell, the cracked vinyl. I saved the leather ones because most of those can be refurbished, and I know that. It's not something that I necessarily do, but I do know people that do it, so I know it can be done. But that won't be done by me. I got too much to worry about to start, spinning on a handbag that I can sell for $50. I'm not going to spend 2 days on that. The mountain's pretty big. I can't worry about that one rock. It's good enough at this point. There's a bunch of little things here and there, just micro things where little fleck of paint, over the line too far. The other two are perfect. This one's going to have little imperfections here and there. This one will go in the back. It's kind of where I am. Like you can see. Mostly on where the seat connects to the rest of the booth. But couldn't take it apart. So it's okay. It's okay. I used to hate the phrase, "it is what it is," just because it seems like full of resignation, like, yeah, kind of, like you don't have the power to change things. But in some cases, there's wisdom in the phrase. There are things that cannot, in fact, be altered. No matter how much positive thinking you put into it, how much affirmations, manifesting, whatever you want to call it. short of divine intervention, there are some things that are just going to be as they are. I have learned over the years that the best way to deal with that is to accept it. I see a lot of people spinning out of control over things that they have no way of changing. But I also see people resigned to not trying to change things that they absolutely could. That one makes me crazy. Actually, they both kind of do. Not trying because you think you can't, that bugs me. But I drift equally the opposite. If you can fix it, try and fix it. If you can't, move on. Don't stress out. Right? Do this giant chunks at a time. Great side is, because the top coat is what the top coat is, it's very easy to tell where I've been. So I won't have moments of, oh shit, did I do this part? It's a very obvious thing. Likewise, you can tell when you miss spots. Had that happen more than once. You start looking at it in the right light and you're like, there's a pencil size, I didn't, let me hit that with the brush real quick. Learn to laugh at yourself. Don't accept it when other people laugh at you. Being mean and all that, don't accept that. In good fun, fine. Being mean, no. But learn how to laugh at yourself too. Because we're all pretty stupid and we're all pretty funny, a lot. Some of us actually try to be ridiculous at times. I don't know anybody like that, but I've heard. Yeah, I figured out that was a superpower a long time ago. Learning how to make people laugh. You can disarm a room. You can disarm a room that was hostile at you. It's kind of crazy. Some of that is being willing to laugh at yourself. I'm just feeling that old man in the mountain kind of moment here. I'll share my wisdom with you. Learning how to laugh at yourself makes you harder to hurt. And learning how to make other people laugh makes you easier to like. I saw that on TV. Most of the seat, well, half of the seat, and the back. The front of the back. It's kind of juicy looking right now. Got that side up to nearer to the base. Because that's something that you do have to consider while you're doing this sort of thing is when I get done doing the thing that I am currently doing, how do I set it down? Because it's going to need to dry, obviously. And you need to be able to rest it somewhere. If you do part of the base or part of what you planned on, I've made this mistake before. I've only made it a couple times because, you know, after a while doing the thing, unless you're really, really special, you learn. We learn more from mistakes than we do successes, which is kind of a cruel fact of the universe. It'd be nice if we learned more from success, I guess. The failures stick with you, right? Just keep getting up. Just keep getting up. Boy, I'm feeling all kinds of sagey hermity tonight. 3 totes of glassware. Don't worry, there's more. There's more. You know, I'm not running out. Oh, that vent feels so good. Vent is very good for panic attacks. Nice blast of cold. I have an acorn. It's my puppy. And when I'm sleeping now, he's always underneath the couch, like, you know, where I would put my feet, and sometimes where I would like to put my feet and can't when I first get up. And he will look at me as though I have aggrieved him. Like, just move. Can I put my feet down, please? But Hex has apparently started sleeping under some of the garage sale stuff near the front of the living room. There's a sort of a cave fashioned there by some of the furniture. Got like a couple of end tables that we're trying to sell, and there's space under that because they have legs, you know. And he has apparently made himself a little cave nest there and is able to basically watch me. And also, he's a cat. He's safe. I'm in a cave. I'm Batcat. He'd make a very good Bruce Wayne cat, actually. Yeah. Kind of comes off pompous, aloof, all that, but he's actually a really loving guy. It's all part of the mask. Yep. Feeling like the fragile but must make master plans Wile E. Coyote. But also, he keeps getting up. There's something there. But yeah, I'm going to be plowing through the garage because there's glassware out there. I'm going to be filling totes to reload onto the lanai more carefully. I don't know why, but with a lot of the glassware that's in these things, they used like an entire section of newspaper to wrap each piece. I'm serious, like, sports, all 6 pages of it. Full-size newspaper. So, the bright side of that is I can usually condense 3 totes down into 2 totes because there's so much paper that it creates this extra volume inside the tote. If you wrap it well and stack them well inside the tote, they're going to be fine. They weren't hauling them all over the place. They were just storing them so that I'd have something to do, I think, because there's no other real reason. And they weren't taking steps on their own, so I have to assume they were worried that I'd be bored. Yeah, I'm a little bitter on that one. Hoarding. And this is the weirdest Dragon's Den ever. It's not traditional. Yeah. Looking for some antique pocket watches that my dad promised my kids. But, other than that, there's no pile of gold that I'm aware of. So, no gems. Nothing special, just glassware, purses, car parts, cookbooks. I have cookbooks, a couple thousand. At least. Why? Anyway, I'm gonna get to work. And for dinner or lunch or what have you, I think we've got a cheese broccoli Progresso soup, because I'm still working my way through the Progresso soups that my mom picked up because they were on sale even though she doesn't like them. Just don't. But I had fried up a little extra cube chicken. I think I'm gonna add chicken. I'm gonna make some more cheese sauce basically, and add some more broccoli and just like increase the size of it. I'm thinking over rice. Nice chicken, broccoli, cheesy soup over rice. That could be kind of yummy. But yeah, that'll take one more Progresso can out of the way. And I think it leaves me with 4? Something like that. Because I've been like plowing through those things. Determined to get them done, used. Yeah. But yeah, I think that'll work pretty well. Nice thick cheese soup with chicken and broccoli in it over rice. You could stuff a potato with that too. Either or. Be quite good. work that out. This is not what I thought I would be doing 10 years ago. Nope. So, anyway. Hug your parents. Don't let them go this far. Hug your kids. Don't do this to them. Remember that sometimes you can change things. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't. Make it a great day.